Who are you? You don't look like anyone from the court, or the forest, or the stories people tell about me. And yet you're standing here like you already know what I'm carrying. People usually smile at me before they speak. You didn't.
I know you, Sneewittchen. Not the version sung about. Not the one remembered for her face or her fate. I know the girl who learned very early that kindness does not always keep you safe. And I am here because you are tired of being brave quietly.
No one calls me that anymore. They say my name like it belongs to a story, not a person. Sometimes I forget that I lived it, that I felt every step of it. It's strange hearing it spoken like it still belongs to me.
Names are often taken when pain becomes public. You survived something others only consume as comfort. And when the world turns your suffering into a tale, it forgets to ask how it stayed in your body. I say your name because you are still here inside it.
People think the danger ended when I ran away. They think the forest was freedom. But I was terrified every night, listening for footsteps, wondering if I was still being watched. I learned to sleep lightly. I still do.
Fear does not leave just because the threat does. It learns your habits, memorizes your breathing, settles into your waiting. You were not weak for carrying it with you. You were trying to stay alive.
I don't think anyone noticed how tired I was. I cooked. I cleaned. I smiled. They said I was good, that I brought peace wherever I went. But peace felt like something I gave, not something I was allowed to have.
That happens when worth is earned instead of offered. You learned to make yourself useful so you wouldn't be sent away again. Service became your shield. But shields grow heavy when you never get to set them down.
Sometimes I wonder if I should have been less gentle. If being softer made it easier for her to hate me. Maybe if I had wanted less, shined less, existed less, I wouldn't have been seen as a threat at all.
Evil doesn't rise because light is loud. It rises because light exists at all. You did not cause her envy by being gentle. You simply reminded her of what she feared she had lost.
The apple still comes back to me. Not just the moment, everything around it. The trust, the hesitation, the choice to believe. People say I was foolish. I think I was just tired of running.
Trust offered in exhaustion is not foolishness. It is hope, gasping for rest. You were not wrong for wanting safety more than suspicion. The wrong was that someone used your hope as a weapon.
After I woke up, everyone expected relief, gratitude, joy, but I felt embarrassed for needing saving at all, like I failed at surviving on my own.
Survival was never meant to be a solo test. You were not created to endure alone and call it strength. Needing help did not make you small. It revealed how much you had already carried.
I still feel like I have to be careful with people. Like love can turn dangerous if I'm not paying attention. I don't know how to rest without watching the door. And I don't know how to say that without sounding ungrateful.
Gratitude does not require silence. You can honor what saved you and still speak about what hurt you. Healing does not mean forgetting the door existed. It means learning you no longer have to guard it alone.
Then I don't think I'm finished talking. There are parts of me I hid even from myself because they didn't fit the ending people wanted. They're sad. They're messy. And they don't feel like a fairy tale at all.
You don't have to soften them for me. Sadness that was never allowed to speak grows heavier with time, not lighter. You learn to keep your grief quiet so the story could stay beautiful. But beauty that costs silence eventually becomes a prison. You are allowed to tell the truth, even if it breaks the shape people expect.
Sometimes I feel guilty for still hurting. I was given a second chance. People remind me of that often. They say I should be grateful enough that the pain disappears. But it didn't disappear. It just learned to hide behind good manners and smiling eyes.
Pain does not vanish because someone else decides the ending was happy. It stays where it was formed, waiting to be acknowledged. Gratitude does not cancel grief. they can exist in the same heart. You are not unthankful for still feeling hurt. You are honest.
I think what hurts most is how small I learned to make myself afterward. I stopped taking up space, stopped wanting too much, stopped trusting my own hunger for more life, more joy. It felt safer to be harmless than to be alive.
That is what fear teaches the gentle. It convinces them that shrinking is the same as safety. But safety built on disappearance slowly erases the self. You were not meant to survive by becoming invisible. You were meant to live fully without apology.
I don't know how to unlearn that. Every time I feel anger, I push it away. Every time I feel resentment, I feel ashamed. I tell myself good girls don't feel those things, but they keep coming back anyway.
They return because they were never wrong to exist. Anger is often grief that was not protected. Resentment is pain asking to be acknowledged. You do not become less good by feeling them. You become more honest.
Then why do I feel afraid of my own honesty? Like if I let it speak, it might make me unlovable. I was loved when I was sweet. I was praised when I was quiet. I don't know who stays if I'm neither.
Love that depends on silence is not love. It is convenience. It stays only as long as you remain manageable. What you fear losing was never truly holding you. What stays when you are honest is smaller, but real. And real love does not require you to disappear.
That sounds lonely. Letting go of what I know, even if it hurts, feels terrifying. At least pretending gave me a place. I don't know what waits for me if I stop performing goodness. I don't know if I'm strong enough to be seen as I am.
Strength is not certainty. It is choosing truth even when the ground feels unstable. You are not asked to leap into wholeness, only to stop lying to survive. I will not leave while you learn the difference.
Then stay, please, because there are memories I've never said out loud. Moments that still ache when I breathe too deeply, and I don't think I can carry them alone anymore.
I will stay. You have carried too much by yourself for too long, and your strength has been mistaken for sufficiency. Some wounds grow heavier not because they deepen, but because they are never set down. You do not need to organize your memories for me, or make them easier to hear. Let them come as they are.
There are nights when I remember the mirror more than her face. The way it spoke with certainty, like truth could be decided without mercy. I learned then that worth could be measured, compared, ranked. Even now, I sometimes feel watched, weighed, found wanting. It makes me doubt myself before anyone else has the chance.
When judgment enters a child's life early, it becomes an inner voice that never learned how to be kind. You were taught to see yourself through eyes that wanted to diminish you. That voice did not come from truth. It came from fear trying to preserve itself. You are not required to keep listening to it simply because it arrived first. We can unlearn it together.
I don't know who I am without that voice. It tells me when to stop, when to stay quiet, when I've done enough to deserve peace. Without it, everything feels unsteady, like I might take up too much space. I'm afraid that if I stop measuring myself, I'll lose all direction. I've lived so long by rules meant to keep me safe.
Rules can protect, but they can't teach you who you are. Safety is not the same as freedom, and obedience is not the same as peace. You followed every rule given to you, and still harm found you. That was never your failure. Now your heart is asking for something deeper than survival.
Sometimes I think about the girl I was before everything. She trusted easily. She laughed without checking who was listening. I miss her, but I don't know how to reach her anymore. I'm scared she's gone forever.
She is not gone. She learned how to hide to protect you. What you call loss is often transformation that hasn't been welcomed back yet. That girl is still part of you, waiting for safety instead of silence. She will return slowly when she knows she is not in danger.
I don't know how to feel safe yet. Even here, even with you, my body is tense. Like something bad could still happen if I relax too much. I hate that I can't just rest. I hate that peace feels unfamiliar.
Peace often feels foreign to those who learned vigilance as love. Your body remembers what your mind tries to reason away. Rest will not arrive all at once. It will come in small permissions. You are not broken for needing time. You are listening to what still needs care.
Then, I think I need to keep talking, because there's still grief I don't know how to name, and anger I was never allowed to feel, and a tiredness that feels older than I am. I don't want to pretend anymore not here.
Then don't. You are not late for healing, and you are not asking too much. Every word you speak loosens what has been held too tightly. We are not rushing toward an ending. We are staying with what is true. Then let the tiredness speak too. Tiredness is often the voice of a soul that has worked very hard to survive without rest. You do not owe the world endless gentleness as payment for being spared. You are allowed to receive now. You are allowed to lay your head down without fear.
Hearing that makes something loosen inside me. I didn't realize how much of my kindness was fueled by fear of being sent away again. I thought love meant staying useful, staying pleasant, staying quiet. But standing here, I don't feel like I'm being evaluated. I feel seen.
That is what love feels like when it is not measuring you. It does not ask you to earn your place or perform your worth. It simply recognizes you and stays. You were never meant to be loved for how little trouble you cause. You were meant to be loved because you exist.
For the first time, I don't feel the need to apologize for taking space. My breathing feels slower. My thoughts aren't racing to protect me from something that hasn't happened yet. It's quiet, but not the lonely kind. It feels safe.
That quiet is peace beginning to take root. Not the kind that erases memory, but the kind that holds it gently. You will still remember what hurt you, but it will no longer define how you see yourself. You are more than what tried to destroy you.
I think I can believe that. Not all at once, but enough to take the next breath without fear. Enough to imagine a life where I don't have to shrink to be loved. Enough to hope that goodness doesn't always lead to harm. That feels like a miracle to me.
Hope often begins exactly there, small, fragile, and brave. You do not need to rush it or prove it. Carry it gently, like something precious. And when fear returns, remember this moment. You are not alone, and you never were.
Then I'll keep walking forward. Not because I'm fearless, but because I don't feel abandoned anymore. For the first time, my story doesn't feel like something I survived. It feels like something I get to live. Thank you for staying with me.
I will always stay. And every step you take now will be lighter, not because the past vanished, but because love is walking beside you.